Hi everyone. In this video, we will solve the leetcode problem count binary substring using a clean one-pass approach. We are given a binary string that contains only zeros and ones, and we need to return the number of non-empty substrings that have the same number of zeros and ones, and all the ones and all the zeros in this substring are grouped consecutively. That means a valid substring must contain consecutive zeros followed by consecutive one or vice versa. For example, this string is a valid substring because it has consecutive zeros followed by consecutive one, while string like this one is not valid because zeros and ones are not consecutive. To solve this problem, here is the key insight. Instead of counting substrings, we group consecutive characters. So, for example, if we have string like this one, we need to group each consecutive characters. Like we're gonna group the zeros. We are going to group the consecutive zeros in one group, followed by group of ones, followed by a group of a single zero, and last group of ones. And each group has a length, and that's the length that we care about. So for the first group, it has a length of 2, followed by 3. Third group length is 1, and the last group length is 2. The algorithm to solve this problem is for every 2 adjacent groups, the number of valid substrings equal the minimum of their sizes. Why we use the minimum? Because the shorter group limits how many balanced substring we can form. So, for example, if we have this string, the valid substring that we can have is 01 or 0011, which is the minimum length of the two groups. Now, let's move to the code. We don't need to store all groups. We only need to track the previous group and the current group. So I'll define two variables. First, I'll define a variable to hold the answer, and then I'll define two variables to hold the length of the current group and the previous group. Let's call it previous, and the other one is current. Then I'll need to scan the string from left to right, starting from index 1. I will check if the current character is similar to the previous one or not. If they are similar, I'll increment the current group length, else When the character changes, we close the current group, count how many valid substring, and start a new group. So I'll add to the answer the minimum of previous and current, and I'll start a new group by assigning the previous to current and setting the current back to 1. But be careful. After that loop, they will still to count the final pair of groups. So you have to repeat that line to count the last pair of groups and finally return the answer. Let's run. Yeah, here I am having an error because I'm starting from the wrong index. I have to start from index 1. And let's run again. Oh, and here we go. Submitted. And as you can see, we can solve this problem in a single iteration, while the space complexity is constant and the time complexity is of n. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and waiting to see you in next video. Bye.